My perfect daughter failed her SATs so I could see who she really was. For 18 years, I had molded Alara into a masterpiece. Straight A's, debate team captain, fluent in 3 languages, and a volunteer schedule that would make a saint tired. She was the daughter every parent dreamed of, and her father, Marcus, saw her as his legacy, a direct ticket to his Ivy League alma mater. But in the months leading up to the test, I started to see cracks in the porcelain. The light in her eyes had dimmed, replaced by the flat, robotic gloss of someone running on fumes and expectations. She was perfect, but she was disappearing. It started with small things. The way she'd stare out the window, a flicker of something, longing, before snapping back to a textbook. Then one night, I found a crumpled piece of paper in her trash. It wasn't a failed practice test. It was a drawing, a breathtakingly detailed sketch of a warrior queen with armor like spun moonlight. It was filled with a passion I hadn't seen in her since she was a little girl. When I asked her about it, she froze. "It's nothing," she said, snatching the paper. "A stupid distraction." The panic in her eyes told me it was anything but. The real red flag came the night before the exam. I heard Marcus on the phone with her, his voice a low, intense drill sergeant's. "A 1550 is the bare minimum, Alara. Don't embarrass the family name." I peeked into her room later and saw her, not studying, but just staring at the wall, silent tears carving paths down her cheeks. The perfect daughter was breaking, and I realized I was the only one who could give her permission to shatter. I walked in and sat on her bed, my heart pounding. I knew what I was about to do could blow up our entire world. "Ilura," I said, my voice barely a whisper. "I need you to do something for me tomorrow. I need you to fail." She looked at me, her eyes wide with a mixture of terror and disbelief. "Mom, what are you saying? Dad will disown me, our entire plan." I pulled the crumpled drawing from my pocket and smoothed it out. Was this ever our plan? Or was it just his? I look at you and I don't see my daughter anymore. I see the perfect trophy he built. I miss the girl who drew this. I pointed to the warrior queen. "I don't care about a score, I care about you. So please fail for me, fail spectacularly. Let's see who you are when you're not trying to be perfect." For the first time in years, she let out a raw, broken sob. She confessed everything, her secret dream of being a concept artist for video games, the crushing weight of her father's expectations, and the suffocating misery of her perfect life. We held each other and cried, not in sadness, but in relief. The next day, she took the test. When the scores came back a few weeks later, Marcus exploded. He raged about betrayal, about wasted potential, about how she had thrown her future away. But for the first time ever, Alara didn't cower. She stood tall, her voice clear and steady. "No, Dad." For the first time, I didn't fail myself. I stood right beside her, a shield against his fury. The fallout was messy, and our family was never the same, but the daughter I got back was worth it. She was vibrant, she was passionate, she was real. She failed a test, but in doing so, she finally passed at life. And I have never, ever been prouder.